I would like to say good morning to everybody. My name is Larry Hochwald. I'm the co-chair of the Staten Island Mental Health Council. And I'm pleased to welcome all of you to our annual legislative community breakfast.
I would just like to speak a little bit about peer services and how they have been integral in my own recovery. I'm currently the program manager of Staten Island Peer Advocacy Center. I first came to this program back in 2002 as a client. Myself, my husband, and my 14-year-old daughter were all experiencing extreme emotional distress. We were lost, we were overwhelmed, we had nowhere to turn. It was through finding Baltic Street in the Staten Island Peer Advocacy Center that we were able to begin the work on our own recovery and begin to manage our own lives independently. With the assistance and mentorship of the staff of the Staten Island Peer Advocacy Center, we're able to get our lives back on track, apply for Social Security, get a temporary fix so that we could manage our own lives. And now, 5 years later, I actually became employed by the very agency in which I received services. I've also come to now manage that program. I can tell you in these years, none of my family members have been re-hospitalized, which just goes to show you the value of peer support, of having someone to believe in you, someone to let you take self-direction in your own life, and make the choices that you need to make and just be supportive along the way.
And I have to thank the Staten Island Advance, who's always good at giving me something to talk about. And this year they gave me a editorial that they had in February, where they talked about a particular supported housing project here in Staten Island. In the Advance, they said, what is stunning about that project, that anyone, they said it was stunning was the news that under the agreement, planned to turn the facility into a residence for 59 mentally ill people. They find that stunning. They seem to be very fearful of 59 mentally ill people being in one room together. That may explain why they didn't answer our invitation today. Because if 59 scares them, what are you going to do? I'm not sure. They also said this has nothing to do with, but it would seem that for a facility such as the one that was proposed, its concept has passed. The courts have eliminated the large-scale residence option with the adult home ruling. Now, as we all know from last year, the adult home ruling said that people challenged by mental illness in the adult homes of New York were not being well served and well integrated into the community. So how they decided that this included buildings, supported housing building, is very interesting. And it speaks to what's great about America. It speaks to what I love about America, which is freedom. You have the freedom to do just about anything. You can run a newspaper and never do any research or fact-checking. You need never find out what's the truth or what needs to be done. You just have to say what you feel like saying. And you know, nobody does it better than here in the Staten Island Advance. So let's talk very briefly about what the difference is between an adult home and supported housing. An adult home is a for-profit facility that created services for people who are really not able to take care of themselves. And they'll make your bed, they'll do your laundry, they'll do your cooking, they'll give you your meds. It's not really a way to improve your independence, and it's not really a way to increase your community integration. But for some people that need that level of support, It's available. And not everybody is looking to leave the adult homes, nor is everybody able to leave the adult homes. But adult homes still, they set themselves back. They do put up big signs. They want you to see them from the highway and say, oh, I could leave my parents there, right? So that's what they want us to do. So supportive housing is a building, an apartment building in the community, with supports built in. It blends into the community. We have them all over. And actually, when we were in Albany, we asked our elected officials to come visit some of the services that we have in Staten Island and in other boroughs, because they don't exist yet in Staten Island. There are some other housing issues that we're going to ask our elected officials to contend with. You know, we have 300 people here this morning. And the council really only wanted to pay for 200 breakfasts. So we were trying to figure out a creative way to deal with that. And I came up with a good solution. We borrowed 100 from the luncheon that's coming next door. I don't see a problem with that. But you see, the luncheon, they might have a problem with that. That's sort of the way that OMH is handling the supported housing for the adult homes right now. When they decided to allocate supported housing for the adult homes, they said that if you get people out of the adult homes, you can use the apartments. If you don't get them out of the adult homes, we get the money back. It's only for the adult homes, which was fair enough. However, they then allocated 300 supported housing apartments, 300 apartments that we already had allocated for the needs of people challenged by mental illness who may not have a place to live. That's the one thing we need to remember. The adult homes may not be considered the best place, but they're a roof over your head and they're food. And there are people who are living in the hospitals because there's no place for them to live, with the state paying $160,000 a year to keep them there while they look for a place to live. There are people who are homeless, and we lost 300 apartments because OMH said, let's reallocate those. And what we need our officials to do is to make sure that A, we get those 300 apartments back, and B, that the housing used for the adult home ruling comes from a separate allocation, that we don't lose one bed permanently for our supported housing pool. And if you can do that, we'll give back 100 meals back to the luncheon. But if you can't, I don't know. We are asking our legislators to uphold the laws of New York and the Constitution and to help us get all needed forms of housing here in Staten Island. Help us to get those funds relocated for housing we need most on Staten Island. Staten Island's not like other boroughs. We don't have as large a homeless population. We have people challenged by mental illness, maybe living somewhere now, maybe in the adult homes, maybe in the hospital. They need a good place to live too. New York has done a lot for the homeless and for the homeless challenged by mental illness the last few years. But in Staten Island, the need is not being met for the beds that we really need, and we ask that we get some of those funds, just like we asked last year, to get them reallocated. When we lose a program, or when we're in danger of losing a program, that program is often the only program we have in Staten Island. Skylight Center is a huge social club and supported housing organization that is in danger with the shifts to the Medicaid redesign, and with the PROS model is in danger of losing its funding and disappearing from Staten Island, which would be an absolute tragedy.
Hi everyone, my name is Dean Hogarth. I have been a member of Skylight Center since its inception 23 years ago. Skylight Center has a great apartment program which serves over 90 people. I have been in a Skylight apartment which Skylight makes sure is safe and affordable since 1993. Skylight Center also has temporary and supported employment programs. A member can work part-time at a job that is not too stressful and earn extra income. Skylight also has an education program with a tutor available. Many members have obtained their GEDs with the help of Skylight's education program. We have a recreation program on the weekends where we go to the movies, the mall, bowling, billiards, Ralph's Ices, and other recreation events. We also have an in-house thrift shop with discount prices on clothing for the members and a monthly newsletter that is printed online telling all about our monthly events with many inspiring articles. There's a kitchen unit where great meals are prepared at no cost. I just want to say that if we lose Skylight Center, it would be a great loss to the community, and especially in mental health. There's a feeling of camaraderie in the clubhouse in the sense that we're accomplishing something in the work we do every day. I feel Skylight Center is a safe haven from an often cold, cruel world, and I owe them tremendous thanks. Thank you.